You guys haven't even seen this video yet, and I am so sick of recording it. It has taken me forever to get my camera set up so it doesn't move, and even now it's kind of moving. So this is probably going to be the world's fastest video, and you might need subtitles because I think I'm going to talk really fast. So this week I'm doing something a little bit different. I don't leave my hair like that. Sorry. I'm going to review an Oracle type deck. Just a quick brief summary. Tarot cards are always going to be a deck of 78. Sometimes they'll add a couple other artist cards. They're going to be a deck of 78. It's going to follow your standard system, Major Arcana, Fool through Judgment. Sometimes it's Magician through Fool, depending on how they lay it out. But that's going to be your Major Arcana. And your Minor Arcana is going to be a deck of 56 with 4 suits, Ace through King. Oracle cards have no setup system. They have as many cards as the artist and theme deem necessary. They're a lot more free, a lot more artistic, a lot more creative, a lot more open to interpretation. So they both have their pros and cons. I do think Oracle cards are a little bit easier to dabble with if you kind of want to get into cartomancy and tarot intimidates you. Oracle cards are great. They're a great supplement to tarot. I'll use both, if I'm reading for myself, if I'm reading for others. So with that definition, this deck is an Oracle card deck. I, however, would not classify it as an Oracle card deck because it's this one. It is the Magickal Spellcards deck by Lucy Cavendish. I'll link down below. It is spell cards. So if you're having an issue and you want to know if you do magic, if you practice witchcraft, draw, basically it's like any kind of cards. You're going to have a spread. You'll draw cards to tell you what to do about it. In this case, it's spells. The cards have the spells listed on them. So if you just want a quick abundance, love, happiness, whatever, you can just draw the card. The book in it is fantastic. It has more information about all of the spells included. So you can just go in, if you just want a quick spell, you can just recite what's on the card. If you want a little more information, the book goes into more detail. I will be talking about both just in a few seconds. I'm obviously not going to go through all the cards because there's quite a bit of reading. And since this is a review, I want there to be enough information for you to decide if you want to buy it, but not so much information that you don't feel you need to buy it. So I'm not going to show everything, and most of my deck reviews are going to be like that. So let's get into it, shall we? Okay, I have chosen 5 of the cards because they have different backs and it demonstrates each of the backs. So this is the deck, and as you can see, well, not the whole deck, it's only 5 of the cards. They're decent size, it's not an easily holdable deck, but they're decent size. It's got a nice finish on there, decent size card stock, and we'll just start with this one. Relatively simple illustration, not a whole lot of color, but I like it. It's pretty, it's simple, it's to the point. And this is what I was talking about. There are numbers, so you can look it up in the book, which we will get to after I go through these 5 cards. So there's the number, so you can look it up in the table of contents. The spell it's for, and then just a short little incantation. So there's inspiration, and that's the back of it, which I really like. And then here's a different back. And I really like this kind of antique-y color on the back. And this actually does, correspond to tarot. There is a justice card. Same thing. There's the number and just a short little incantation in there. I shouldn't have cut that. Okay. And then one of the third other back. All these cards have one of these 5 different backs. I just chose one of each kind. And then, so this is, passion spell, a love spell. Again, there's the number for the book. And just a short little incantation, which is nice. If you just want to do a quick spell, you don't want to spend a lot of time or you're kind of like me, I consider myself new age for the average person. This is real simple. You know, I like to light a candle, recite this a few times, maybe meditate on it, and then snuff the candle, go on my way. You can do as much or as little with these as you want. Okay, the fourth back. Obviously, these are not reversible. It's like, you know, if you're drawing it, you turn it upside down. These don't work with reversals. Some Oracle cards do. This particular deck does not. And you're kind of getting a smattering of the different kinds of, kinds of spells. So there's a confidence spell. Like I said, again, the number, the short little incantation, the relatively simple yet beautiful artwork. And the fifth and final back. This one, actually, this back does lend itself to reversals, but by and large, this deck is not made for, there's no point to it. And here we have a romance spell. Beautiful rose, red color for but for romance and passion. So, and just bring the whole deck together. Like I said, it is, now you can see the whole thing in my hand. It is, it is a hefty size. It's not the easiest to deal with and shuffle, but this kind of deck, you're not going to spend a whole lot of time shuffling with. That's not the purpose of it. That's not the point of it. That's not how you're going to spend your time working with this particular deck. So let's go through the book a little bit. And let's just move this so you can see a little bit more. So let's go through the book. We just did the deck. This is the book a little bit. So as you can see, I mean, it's got, quite a few pages in here. So a lot of information. And then here's table of contents, the introduction, all the cards. And then the introduction has about them, how to cast a circle, if that's your thing. About leaping cards. So jumping cards, like in tarot, a jumping card is when you're shuffling the deck, and it's one that falls out while you're shuffling. And then the different spreads you can do, how often, what you should do if you're for others, a little bit about the goddesses and gods that are mentioned in the cards. Fairies and mermaids and dragons, working with candles, circle of light, chanting, timing. So days of the week and how they correspond, your moon phases, how they correspond, essential oils, colors, herbs, and plants. So if you're new to magic, this might be a really great way to dip your feet in. Book of Shadows, Book of Light, the Law of Three. And what's nice about these is you can use as many or as little of the details as you want should you choose to cast a spell. If you just want to recite the little incantation on it for a little boost of whatever you need through the day, do that too. As I said last week, do what works for you. So we'll just start with a love spell. Everyone likes a love spell. So here it has a picture of the card, and then it's a little bit about the love spell, Aphrodite. If you choose this card, if you drew the card, if you shuffle and you draw it, it has what it means. If you chose it, like if you flip through the book and pick this one, it has what it means. What happens when you cast the spell, and then a page with the spell. It has all the stuff you need at the top, what you need to do, the best times to do it. It has a longer incantation than what's on the card, what to do after the incantation, and then it's the next spell. They're all laid out the exact same way, which is really nice. Like I said, it works beautifully with the deck. It gives you more information than what's on the cards, but you can actually use them even separately together, you know, You can even use them separately, you know, if you just want something quick, just use the card. Just go straight, you know, draw a card, boom, imagination, work on that. Or if you know what you need, shuffle through the deck, you know. So my camera died after I said you can use these together or separately. Like I said, you can use the card if you want a quick incantation. You can use the book if you want a more in-depth spell. You can obviously use the two together, of course. They are made to work cohesively together. It's not like I, you know, paired these two together from my own judgment. I did notice that I had said that there was 20 cards in the deck. There's actually 45. I don't know where I got 20 from. There's 45. This is definitely worth it for the artwork and the cards. They add value. They're fantastic. And the book is stellar, is truly outstanding. If you're new to magic, if you're interested in magic, if you've been practicing magic, I think it has value. It's also, you know, a nice little size. So for all levels, and like I said, even if you don't use magic, there's just something kind of nice about having a little something you can chant for yourself too, to kind of boost yourself together. And then the box I didn't show you is a really nice two-piece, we're just going to set it on top here, cardboard box. Mine has seen a little bit better days, so you can see the crease there. And you can see where I have my books with stuff stacked on top of it there. Sorry about that. And it's just a two-piece lift-off lid. So it is great. I will list the link below to Amazon in the description box. I don't know what the price is for this. Like I said, I got it in a little independent store, so the price is probably a little bit higher. But if you want a unique addition to your deck collection, I highly recommend this deck. So that was the Magickal Spellcards deck by Lucy Cavendish. Like I said at the beginning, I will link down below to Amazon. I'm also going to link to the store I bought it from. I live in the Chicago suburbs, the western suburbs, and it's a great little store. I don't know exactly if they have a website, but I do know they have an Instagram. So I'll at least link to one of those down below. If you were in the Chicago suburbs, I highly recommend checking it out. So as I mentioned in my last video, no matter the review, and I like this deck. Again, most of these are probably going to be positive, but I like to end with gratitude. Be grateful for things. So today, my 3 things I'm grateful for are: number 1, roadside assistance from State Farm. I went to start my car to run some errands early this morning, and my car died because I was out of gas in my parking lot. Good news, my car is light and easy to push. So I was able to push it back into a spot, couple taps on the app, boom, guy showed up with gas. I went on my merry way. Number 2, I'm grateful that my car is light and easy to push because it died in the middle of the parking lot. So I had to push it into a spot. It's probably one of the more humiliating moments in my life. And number 3, I'm grateful for my pet chinchilla, Norma Jean. She always is excited. Granted, I know she's excited to see me because she likes her raisins, but it's so nice to have a cute little fuzzy critter who's so excited to see you. And she greets me in the morning, and she greets me when I come home from work, and her cage is sort of in the kitchen, so she can see me, and I sit and talk to her. And if I'm having a bad day, I sit and talk to her. And it's just, pets are great. So those are my 3 things this week: the State Farm roadside assistance, that I have a light car that I can push, and my pet chinchilla, Norma Jean. If you've made it this far, please comment down below 3 things you are grateful for. It doesn't have to be this week. It can just be 3 things you think of off the top of your head. And while you're down there, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye.